C. Open the public hearing. Okay. We are all open. Keep order. Be mindful of everybody's time. I'll limit everybody to 3 minutes. We'll just go to the room like we did last week on the budget public hearing. You got something? If you don't have something right away and want us to come back to you, let us know and we'll do that. Start with Sheila. So you got it.
I can't hear.
Oh, it's pretty clear on the agenda that it's not on.
We can't hear you.
The vote is not going to happen today. It's not on the agenda to vote on it, so today's public hearing, we'll consider your comments. We'll get it on the agenda next week to make final approval on what we're doing.
On which subject?
On Melody Oaks Trail. Michelle?
Come back. Okay, so, on our petition, we're asking to go back to Lot C and move the gates approximately 160 feet. That will get us clear path lane. And as far as the road, we have signatures all the way in this between the two gates.
Yeah, both. Please let me know.
Here's the turn. So we own the road and we want to stop. And as far as maintaining the road, we don't ask the county for that. We do that. And as far as the Melody petition, if they're going to be placing signature, since that's a state, he needs to have a power of attorney or something to show that he can sign for multiple people. So, okay, so that's, I guess that's what I got to say.
Mason?
Oh, I don't know, sorry.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Diane. So if the goal is a shortcut to Melody, or to Magnolia or Logan or anywhere north, unless you speed up that road, the time it takes to get to Magnolia is the same if you go around the highway.
I'm Robert. I'm enjoying the road closed for a couple of reasons, and I'll be blunt about it. Number one, the amount of dust, because when that was open, just absolutely was unusual. In the yard, fruit trees, etc. I enjoyed it being closed for the time it was, because prior to that, there were several times that in the middle of the night, people were coming up, knocking on the door, seeing if I had a tractor to pull them out, because they got stuck down there. It's not a great road, even with a little bit of gravel that's on it left, that it's safe. So, anyway, my 2 cents worth.
Randy?
Randy Barnett. Basically, it is the only alternate route out of Melody Oaks. If there's a fire or anything that road's shut off, that's our only escape route. That's all I have to do.
Okay. Christina?
I'm on the list.
No, if you have something, you can say it. If you don't.
Oh, not about Melody Hills.
Okay.
You were signing this.
Christie will just not about Melody Hills.
Okay. Renee?
I'll just hear this. You come back to me.
Digger?
Yeah, I don't know that the goal of it is to make a shortcut. I think it's more of a safety issue. Fire department or ambulance or somebody like that needs to get in and out. And, as far as being dusty, I mean, we just got a oil service road, and yeah, it is nice, but there's dust blowing off the field and everywhere else besides just off the road, so I don't think that's a big concern.
Kirk, it's almost obsolete anymore, unheard of to have one entrance and exit in and out of a residential or a residential area, as large as Melody Oaks is. In case emergency reasons, there's a few people up there on oxygen, mostly elderly people live in the area, a couple of them on stents, pacemakers. To my understanding, if it's dry, Magnolia can get there several minutes quicker than Missouri Valley or Mount Damon. 30 seconds can be the difference between life and death for that person. It's crucial for safety reasons in that way. If they had to come and it was dry, they could get there a lot quicker. And several minutes is too long. Somebody's laying there having a heart attack. I mean, it's just not right to let something like that go. Melody Oaks Trail is in better shape than at least, I would say, 75% of the B roads out there. Cost of maintaining a B road is little to nothing. He mentioned they could take care of it. It doesn't cost nothing to run a maintainer down to fill a little rut in here and there. You own the shoulders out 15 foot off that road, whatever. It's piled up 2 foot high along the road. You can take a little bit of that dirt and you can put it right into that little rut and smooth that right out very simply. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to do that at all. I mean, I've been doing that for 36 years. And one pass down and one pass back up the other way, and the road's fixed basically from the little washouts. You don't have to haul dirt in, you don't have to put no expenses like that into it. But the main concern is time issues for ambulance or something if they had to get there, or a fire department had to get there. When there was a fire up there in a garage several years back, Magnolia was the only ones that could get up the hill. Mount Damon and Missouri Valley was parked at the bottom of the hill in the wintertime. They could not get up. Magnolia's trucks got up that road. You got to the top of the hill to that fire. That's all I got for right now. Thank you. Ready?
Yeah, I just feel that there's a safety issue to it. Like we were saying about the units getting in and out of there. We need another way to get out of Melody Oaks. That was proven when they were working on the road here 2 years ago for us. And I guess that's about all I have to say.
Thank you. Mike?
I'd like to remind the board members that this road was not legally closed from the start. Yes, it was put in the newspaper 2 times that they wanted to close it. They needed all of the landowners to sign it. They did not have one of them. When we told the board about this, they later said it was water under the bridge and it was over. Since when is something not legal, water under the bridge? The landowners who did not sign to have it closed did sign the petitions to keep the road open, along with many other signatures, including Magnolia's Fire and First Responders, Mount Damon Fire and Rescue, Modale Fire Department, and some of the Logan Fire and Rescue people. The Sheriff's Department want to be able to use it and patrol it. The Melody Oaks people who needed a second way out, which was proven when the county redid the road coming from the west and had to spend a lot of money on rock and tree removal before it was able to be used at the taxpayers' expense. So what about emergencies that come up in spur of the day now? There are also some corners that would like to use this road as shortcuts and not have to drive on the busy highways. Your own county attorney have advised the board to open the road to 11 B Road and remove the gates. This was printed in the Missouri Valley paper. If you are not going to listen to your own county attorney, why do we even have one? If you keep this road open, It is a big benefit for the people of the county. All taxpayers should be allowed to use this road. They have paid to have it maintained. It would be different if this road was a dead end, but it isn't. It is a through road. Are you going to gate and close other level B roads to a level C because both sides of the road are owned by the same landowner in certain spots? Use some common sense here. This road needs to stay a level B road so taxpayers can get some good out of it and not just a few. Or is it just more water under the bridge? Thank you.
Paul? Alicia? Caleb?
Come back.
Debbie? I know you have an opinion.
Just don't understand why it was closed in the first place. We have property over there, and it is easier to cut through there to get onto 183. Especially with farming equipment.
John?
I know before we talked about kids tearing up the roads and leaving trash and stuff there. Well, the 8 years I was there, the engineer never said once about roads being tore up on dirt roads. As far as trash, we get more on our rock road out by our driveway than most places. And I think Mike said it, if you close this up, there'll be other people come in and want their roads closed too. That's good.
Rhonda Oliver. This is kind of emotional for me. I've been in, my mom and dad lived in Melody Oaks since 1981. My dad died on the property. The first responders was Magnolia. They came to try to save them through that road. I'm sorry. I think the road needs to stay open. I understand brown packs. I understand everybody's situation. But I've been going up and down that road since 1981. And I was a teenager during that time. Yeah, did I get stuck once or twice? Yes, I did, but that was my own fault. Because it was all dirt. I should have gone up it during that time. It's not something that I wanted to, destroy or anything, but it was a faster way for us from Melody Oaks to go visit my family in Magnolia. But my main concern right now is the safety for the people in Melody Oaks and having that. Magnolia's always been first responders out there. They've always made it first, and they've never lacked with their volunteers. Their heart's always in it to be there, whoever they need help, and they get there first. That's all I got to say right now.
Sheriff?
I think people are making good points to both sides, but obviously as part of my position is, as far as emergency response, and then having, two different ways of housing division is obviously going to trump the other ones. So I'll close it, keep it where it will be.
I just want to clarify with you folks that I haven't issued a recommendation on whether the road should be a C or B. My recommendation is that the board follows the Iowa code, and if they make a determination that they want to reclassify it, the code is requiring access points, and that is something that the county engineer would work to provide. I also want to advocate for Harrison County to not use the petitioning process to circumvent the purpose of resolutions that were created by the Board of Supervisors. It was a resolution that was created for a reason, and if petitions are allowed to be modified to bypass that purpose, you're really losing your due process in Harrison County. And so what I'm trying to govern isn't necessarily the classification of the road, but that the decision is made in accordance to state code, in accordance with the resolutions that the board has already passed, and with any type of ordinance. You folks have voted these three in believing that they have Harrison County's best interest in mind. And that's really what they need to weigh when they're making the decision whether to have a Class B or a Class C. They need to truly think about, why was the road closed initially? What is the benefit of it being a B? What is the benefit of it being a C? And do the same with the rest. And I hope that these three will do this. Put your faith in them. They have my faith. And I hope whatever consideration and decision that they make sits well in your hearts.
John? I can't follow that.
Just so you know, John is our acting engineer from Pot County. Basically, he's coming for us.
About 50 days remaining. So I came to the process kind of late, just going through and trying to catch up myself, making sure everything made sense and working with Sarah to check a lot of things as well. So I don't have a recommendation for you. I like that you did the hearing today and have a resolution next week, so you have time to consider all these comments.
Paul?
I'm married, but, to my knowledge, family, number one, doesn't have any notes anymore, that I know of. Number two, yes, there was gravel put on that road, and they used it as a bypass road, but there's not very much left, and that road gets bladed once, there's not gonna be gravel. So, thought of gravel is out the window in my opinion. Also, it's already been stated in here before that that road is not going to be maintained anyways. So as far as getting down for safety, that'd be a foolish route to take. And then the third thing, at one point in time, there's 12 different lane owners along that road. And at one point in time, we had all 12 signatures. And due to a technicality, we didn't pull it. It's confusing to me. I realize it's law that it takes one lane owner signature to open it, but it takes everybody's to close it. It makes no sense. At some point, common sense needs to come into play. I think the ordinance from 1996 or whatever it was, I think that needs to be brought up at a different date and discussed. So, and number four, between us, we own 99% of that road. Blazek touches 120 feet of that road, and he doesn't even have a field or an access from that road to his property. So that's my 2 cents.
I'm Mason. I'd like to speak to it from a business standpoint. I fully understand the safety issues. I believe that the previous engineer at a previous meeting stated that $80,000 was spent on dirt work alone, not the gravel, to make that road safe enough to travel when the Melody Road is being made. So if safety is truly the issue, is the county willing to spend $80,000 out of secondary road budget, again, to get this road up to safety specs in a time where budgets are tightly limited? And my second thing on the safety issue is, I have that fire down there. My little brush pile on my property, you got to control, I call the fire department. That is Mondale's jurisdiction, not Mondale's, or not Mondale's, not Magnolia's, not Logan, not Zerba. Modale is not blocked from getting it by any means. And the third thing I'd like to mention is, a few years ago, when it was voted for the Melio's addition to be park surface, myself as a property owner on adjacent property on 2 different properties, I am being charged $2,000 additional on my taxes, so that they have a nicer road to be on, walk on, drive on, eat their best at. But when it comes to the road that is in question here, it doesn't seem like the landowners know the matters at all. That's what I said.
Kurt, you've already spoke. Is there anybody who hasn't spoken that would like to? She wants to yield her time to Kurt, so we can speak more.
That's atypical.
Yeah.
It would certainly sit within the discretion of the chairperson, whether or not that you feel that that is a procedure that you want to implement.
You guys need any more information? All right, Kurt, I'm gonna hold off on that. You do have an option of public comment to speak for 3 minutes at that point. Close public hearing?
Move to
I
close
think
the public.
I'd like to say something.
Okay.
I feel, I'm with the Woodbine Fire. It just, there was some concerns here that Magnolia does not have an ambulance. I can confirm that Magnolia does not have an ambulance. I'm not 100% sure of districts there, but to my knowledge, if there is an EMS call in Melody Oaks, I believe that's a Mondane call. And then just doing maps, I think Missouri Valley is 14 to 15 minutes, Logan is 12 minutes, and Mondane is 9 to Melody Oaks, and that's traveling highway speeds. I think this goes back to the point of how much money is county roads and the county willing to spend to open this. I've personally been on this road before, and I think it's more than just ruts and the occasional ditch. I think there's a lot of work that's going to have to go into this grader, just to make it purely passive. And Mason's point here, how long is gravel going to stay? As it sits right now, from a Woodbine perspective, we're never going to get mutual aid for this, but as a captain on Woodbine, I would not advise any ambulance or fire for that matter to go down that road as it sits right now. That's just asking for us to make it call it county roads to pull us out. Ambulances obviously don't weigh much, but anything on the water side of things is weighing thousands and thousands of more pounds, and that road will not handle that in its current state. Back to the point, I think this is purely a budget problem at that point. How much money is the county willing to spend to make this passable and safely passable? No problem.
Thank you. Anybody that hasn't spoke?
Move to close the public hearing.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.